Hi, welcome to Regenerate, Don't Degenerate, another day of exercise. Today is stretching. We worked a little bit hard yesterday. Maybe a little bit too hard is what I'm hearing from my gallery here today. So we're going to taper back just a little bit. I realize that if we're not quite ready for where I am, we can always listen to the earlier videos that we have, and that's fine. Warm up today, please, please, please warm up. You have to be warm before you're going to be doing these stretches, and that's what we're doing is stretches today. So come on along, and if you're just turning in, this is your first day, and you say, wow, you guys are a little intense. Sorry, we're not trying to be overly intense. Go watch earlier videos, and you can catch up with where we are. We're going to bring you to this point that you're capable of doing the kinds of things that we're doing today and tomorrow and on and on. But come on and join us. We're going to tip the camera down so we can see where we are and what we're doing down here. We're going to be doing a variety of stretches today. We're going to, Oliver, that's going to be my mat today. We're going to start off with what's called a forward hip flexor. So we are down, and we kind of 45 with both legs, and I got to go back so you can see me better.
Make sure you have a mat or some blanket.
Yeah, you're going to want something under your knees. We're going to be leaning forward, so we're flexing this hip in here. So we're getting it stretched out. We're going to hold this, and as we hold this, we're kind of just thinking happy thoughts, right? But we're getting this stretched out in here. We worked it the other day. We need to be doing some stretching today. So we're going to do this first side. You can start left side, right side. I don't care which, but you start on one and then you work on the other.
So just gave Oliver an uppercut.
A few more seconds of this. Okay, now let's switch sides. We got our legs at the 90 degree again. We're keeping our upper body upright. We're engaging our core, and then we're going to lean forward and stretch this hip in here. We're getting a good stretch in this hip. Good stretch. Hopefully that's feeling good. Now Rita was complaining that we overdid things a little bit for her on some of the work that we did yesterday. And I apologize for that, but like I always say, don't go till it hurts. Stop before it's that.
She kept making me do it.
And she kind of got pulled into it with me because I was a little more ready than she was.
And you were doing the doubles.
And I was doing the doubles. And, you know, I'm going to back off on the doubles. Let's come out of this. Let's let that rest just a little bit. I'm going to do a special video of all the partner exercises that you can do. So those of you who do have partners, or if you're able to get somebody to come and participate with you, you can use those. They're great. They're a lot of fun, but we're going to have those. We're going to go down now into a butterfly set. If you remember, that's where you're setting down, your legs are out to the side, and you're going to bring your feet together as well as you can. If you can't get them all the way, that's fine. And then you're going to pull them back into you as much as you can, and then push your knees towards the floor. This is a butterfly stretch.
Mine can go further than yours.
Yeah, I'm so proud of you. But you let it stretch. You let it stretch. This is great. I mean, this is one area of your body that you sometimes don't work like you need to, and it's one that is always needing to be used. When you're walking, any kind of movement you do, you need better flexibility in these hips, and that's what we're working on, is getting those hips flexed out a little bit. So how's that feeling for you? You like it. You're flexible that way. Just a little bit more, just a little bit more. Okay, let's let that go. And now this next one is it's a calf stretch. So we're going to be using the wall. So I'm going to turn my back to you. I'm leaning up against the wall, and I'm going to put my back foot back as far as I can, and I'm using the wall so I can really stretch it out. And so my heel is down tight, and I'm stretching that calf as hard as I can.
Stretching this one right here.
Yeah, right in there. That's what you're stretching. And being up against the wall lets you stretch more than if you were just standing up without something to lean up against, because I can really put some pressure into that that calf. And boy, that's important. Because when you're walking, you feel your calf a lot. So you want to get that stretched out, get a little more flexibility. Let's let that go. Switch legs. Lean into that leg. Lean into it. Have it both, your heel solid down to the ground. You're pushing back on it. You're stretching that hip as hard as you can. Get in it, stretch that. Now don't hurt yourself. I don't want anybody hurting themselves. But let's get that hip stretched out. Okay, there we go. So how's that feeling? You feeling like some of those muscles that we worked on the other day are getting a little bit better of a workout? So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to be doing a TA stretch, and it's a kneeling TA stretch. So you're down like this, and let me go to the side so you can get a better view of what we're doing. So if you've got to put a towel, so you're because you can't quite go down.
I'm going to put a pillow.
She's going to put a pillow in there. Pillows work too, right?
So I'm going to show you how to do that. Put a pillow right there so you're going down.
So now we're going to lean back this way
really?
as much as we can. Were you leaning out of the window there?
I was.
Okay, so Oliver's going to take it easy for us too. So we're stretching.
Wow.
How's that feeling?
I can see that this one is one you need to work up to, because you really feel it in here.
Yes, you do.
And some people.
So
can't get it.
if you can't do it, go till you start to feel that twinge. Okay, you don't want to push it to where it hurts.
I'm going to give you an alternate. Let's say that you cannot sit on your legs like that. So you're going to put your legs like this and still go back. It's not going to
start working it a bit, just a little bit.
The stretch that it would, but if you can't do this, get on those knees and do it like that and go back.
Okay, hand me a band and grab you a band. We're gonna be doing a seated calf stretch. We really like to work on these calves. So we're seated. Get our whatever we got. It can be a rope. It can be anything you can use. We have these stretch bands, so they work well. You put them around your toes and you pull back as much as you can to get some stretch into those calves.
So you're pulling the toes towards you.
You're pulling your toes.
You're physically doing it.
You're physically doing it, okay? So a little more stretch there. You got your legs out straight. We're working on those calves. Working on those calves. And I gotta just, I'm slipping off my
toes.
I'm killing my toes. So we're gonna pull those back, because that's forcing them a little bit. It's an assisted stretch. Sometimes we have to do that to get the stretch going. Okay, let's let that go. Now while we're here, we're gonna do not.
See your feet.
Can't see my feet. I'm not leaning on the wall. I promise. Oh, gonna adjust the camera. Okay.
There.
So, if you have to have your knees up a little bit because it's.
Or again, I'll put a pillow between my.
There you go. Raise them up there. So we're going to reach out to our toes as best you can. If you can get all the way to your toes, great. But now, if you feel this, you're going to feel it in the back of your legs and in your hamstrings here, and maybe even a little bit in the calves. But we're reaching out as far as we can and holding that.
You have to have one that goes way up high and you can only reach to there. That's great.
Yeah.
Just do what you can do.
You're going to find as you stay doing these things consistently, your ability is going to increase. You're going to get more mobility. Okay, we can let that go. A lot of the feedback I'm getting from different individuals is that some of the aches and pains they've had are starting to diminish and in some cases go totally away. So if you haven't been moving, anything you do is going to help. Just don't do it till you hurt yourself. That's probably the worst thing you can do. Okay, we're going to do a leg crossover stretch. So we're going to need to spread apart just a little bit. So we're down. We're in this.
Now I'm going to show you if you need to put a pillow behind your back. I don't, but I'm showing you how to do an alternate. Then you can just go like.
Okay, we're going to take a leg and put it over this way as far as we can.
Place, but you're not going to do this.
Yeah, you You probably know that already. But for those of us who are still fortunate enough that our hips are good, then putting that leg over there and pulling it over just as far as we can. So that's crossing over those hips, letting it stretch out. Sorry, it's kind of hard to look at you and be in this position and be doing it right. Just hold it just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Okay, let's let that go. Now we're going to take the other leg and pull it over and push it.
This one I'm going to be easy with because this is my...
Right. Now, Linda is saying that she has a little bit of issue with her...
With my right hip, so I'm
hip.
not going to pull this one over as much.
Yep. So once again, we're doing what's comfortable, pushing ourselves a little bit maybe, but we're going through the motions. You know, even if you take it to where it's not hurting or not feeling like it's stretching, if you're doing something with it, that's far better than doing nothing with it. Okay, we can let that go. We can let that go. Okay, yeah, now we're going to do a, I need a chair for this next one.
I can get you a chair.
Can we get a chair?
I will be your assistant.
Good, good. We're going to stay on our back and we're going to do another little bit of a stretch. You know, if we set that chair...
Okay. You can just do this one, Jim.
If we set the chair like this, we both can do it. And what we're going to do is we are going to get down like this. Can you see my head? I can't see.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're in it.
So we have our feet up like this. We're going to take one foot and we're going to cross it over to where it's over our leg like that. And then we're going to pull it back to us. Now once again, if you have hip issues, this is not what you want to do. Don't hurt yourself, but pull it back to where you can feel a little bit of stretch, okay? So we're pulling that back and we're letting that stretch that leg out. And you may say, Jim, is this really going to do me some good? Well, if you don't do it to where it hurts you, this is a movement you're typically not doing, but you're getting some stretch into muscles and tendons, into muscles and joints, where a lot of times you don't, and you really need it.
I've seen it done like this, where the other leg just pushes.
Yes.
This leg pushes
you can
this
do
leg.
that. I'm choosing to do it with our hands. Slightly different exercise. That one takes more of your abdomen to do, and we're just trying to stretch, not exercise today.
Okay.
Okay, let's switch legs. Bring that foot over there and then pull it back to you. Pull it back into...
This is a completely different feel than the one we were doing
Yes.
a minute ago.
Yeah, slightly different muscles. Some of them are the same, but there's some additional muscles that are getting activated when you do this. And you need them. You need those muscles. There's so many muscles and many, many different ways to stretch. But you need them all, because when you go to move, you seldom do any kind of a movement where just one muscle gets involved. There's usually at least a pair of muscles. Okay, let's let that go.
I have a question, teacher.
Yes, yes.
Will we do these next Tuesday also, so that we're doing the same type?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, that's the intention. That's the intention. Okay, next we're going to do...
Are we done with this?
Yes, yes we are. We're done with that. Chair can go out of the way. So we're going to lie on our side. I'm going to have the leg that's on the bottom out straight. We're going to grab the foot that's on the top and we're going to pull that leg back. Now you tell me, how's that feeling in your...
Right here.
Yeah, you feeling it?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, good stretch in there. Really getting it stretched out.
This is the exercise that we do when we're traveling, but we'll stand up, lean against something, take one of our legs and pull up on it. It's so good when you're
What I find is when I'm lying like this, I'm able to get better stretch out of it than when I'm standing for some reason. I feel more stretch. So, but you know, if you don't want to lay on the dirt and the asphalt or snow or whatever is there, standing will do it. Okay, let's let that go. We're going to turn over to the other side now. And other leg, pull it back. Get a good stretch. And we kind of want to have the rest of our posture be pretty straight, but we're stretching that leg back, getting an excellent stretch out of that leg. It's going to help you so much next time that we're doing the exercises like we did yesterday, our Monday exercises. our leg exercises if we've got these stretches going on. The reason we're doing them today is that yesterday we worked hard on them, so we want to work them a little bit more by stretching them. Just a little bit more stretch on there if you can do it. Okay, let's let her go. Okay.
Is this the last one?
Yeah, this last one that's coming up is, this is once again going to be getting mostly our calves. So we've got your feet at like this 45 here to where your knees are sticking up. You're lying flat, and then you're going to take your leg and put it up, and you're going to
flex.
We're going to do two things. We're going to point our toe to the ceiling first and hold it there. Nice straight up leg pointed straight at the ceiling. Now, I haven't been reminding you, so I hope you haven't been holding your breath this whole time, because you've probably passed out by now if you have. Keep breathing the whole time that we're doing, even these stretches. Let's hold that out just a little bit more if you can. Keep it pointed straight to the ceiling. Okay, let it go. Now pull it back. Pull it with you're not using bands or anything, but we're pulling that toe back to us as much as we can.
My arms up, holding my leg up, showing that.
I guess that's okay. You can do that if you need to.
I'm not hurting anything, and it's just giving me a little bit of support.
So keep pulling that toe back to you, back to your body as hard as you can, pulling it in there. We're really working the muscles now on that. Okay, let's let that one go. Other leg, up, point those toes to the ceiling. We're pointing tight to that ceiling, aren't we? Good, solid pointing. Holding it. How are we doing? We feeling good?
Yep.
I'm feeling better. Wow, I'm glad I've done this today.
I think I'm pulling this up higher when I do this.
Pulling your...
My leg up goes higher than if I let it go.
That's good.
Which is good.
Okay, let's let that go. Let's bring that toe back to your body.
Completely different
yes,
stretch.
it's the opposite muscles. When we're pointing it up, one set of muscles is pulling and one is pushing. And when we switch, they trade places. What was pulling now pushes, and what was pushing now pulls. And that's good. You need the muscles to go both directions. Really getting them worked out well today. Good stretch on them. Just a little bit more if you can. Keep it going. Okay, let that go. Whoa, great stretchy workout today. Let me bring this up so that I can kind of look straight at you and talk to you about a couple more things. We can stay sitting and just breathe. But I suggest you be moving your legs around. I'll let you watch what Rinda does as she moves her legs. She's moving her legs, and try to pull them up and down too. So keep some movement going on. Nothing strenuous, nothing extreme. We're going to be doing kind of a bit of a cool down now, just taking it easy. So we're breathing. We're keeping track of our breathing. We're going in through our nose, out through our mouth. We're letting that relaxing go on. We've had a good stretch after a great workout yesterday, giving us this day that our muscles can recuperate. We were working lower body yesterday and today. So tomorrow and Thursday, we're going to be working on our core. So a little bit of our back, our abdomen, maybe a little, it's hard to isolate to just one set of muscles because everything you do kind of spreads around. But the concentration tomorrow and Thursday is going to be on our core area. Very important part of our body. So we're working bottom to top, and that's going to help us. So be ready for that. Be warmed up before you start. You always got to warm up. Keep that hydration going. And like we always say, we're here to regenerate, don't degenerate. You do that by moving. And these are some great moves to help you do that. So thanks for joining. Bring somebody along for next time. Share this as much as you can, because it's going to be here for all of us to use. Yeah, you're not supposed to get up fast. Get up nice and slow. So thanks for watching. Take care till next time.